Hi everyone, thank you for finding my channel, Gemela del Toro Tarot. I do astrology and mythology and tarot, letting the events of the zodiac guide my readings. Not all messages resonate for every person, so leave what doesn't resonate now, but keep it in mind because it might make sense at a later time, because you're all at different points in your timelines. I hope I find everyone well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you're new. Capricorn, I rolled the dice and the dice rolled you. So I laid out the first light tarot like always. I guess I should say what the astrology is today. Um, there's nothing happening really in the sign of Capricorn. It's pretty clear. However, our ruler Saturn, I say our because I'm Capricorn rising and I have a pretty busy 10th house. So I resonate very much with Capricorn energy. Our ruler Saturn is in Pisces right now, and that's a very difficult place for Earth signs in general to maneuver because Pisces is the very deep, dark unconscious, the collective unconscious, where dreams and symbols and the archetypes and all those weird alien deep things reside in Pisces, in the deep waters of the subconscious. Things that don't see the surface, things that don't see the sunlight, things that are very alien. And when you plumb those depths, they're so deep and crushing sometimes to people who are not accustomed to being down there. And with Capricorn energy being extremely grounded in the 3D, very concerned with productivity and status, but not like status, work ethic, things like that. Very Pentacles Earth energy. That's an uncomfortable place for us to be, in the deep depths of the subconscious, where all the symbolism, the dreams, the intuitions, the little coincidences that get by us because we don't dwell in those depths at all. So when we have to explore down there, it's all foreign. And it's very interesting that when I laid out the cards, it's actually showing up here. The first card that popped out for us was the code card. This did come out in the last reading, I believe, and possibly the reading before. Code has been popping out lately. And I believe it has to do with that Saturn in Pisces across the board. It'll affect the different signs differently. But code in this deck is puzzles, synchronicities, coincidences, and signs. And when I was meditating on the deck and meditating on this card, it told me that the code is when you can decipher the images of the code, you can read the program. Okay? I also get the line from the song Gasoline by Halsey. I think there's a fault in my code because these voices won't leave me alone. That's what she says. So this could be in the Capricorn collective. We are receiving those intuitions and those little snippets of downloads, the inspirations, the signs and synchronicities, but not everyone knows what to do with that. Like, what does it mean? How do I read this? Things like that. And they say if you can read, it's like learning an alphabet. Every letter in an alphabet, if you look at the history of the alphabet, it started with a symbol that represented a bigger idea. If you can read the symbols, you can read the language. And that's what code means. If you can read the symbols, you can read the program, you can read the language, and you can understand the story that's unfolding. Underneath that, you drop the Hermit. And the Hermit is going within to gain an outer perspective. In this, it's truth, guidance, facts, and wisdom. This is Virgo energy. This is the middle child in the earth element. our younger sibling. Virgo is very detail oriented, daily routines, self service to others, um, taking care of your surroundings, things like it's very 3D pentacle earth energy. And that Saturn in Pisces is a tough swim, I heard. It's a tough swim. Um Capricorn. Oh, so the symbolism of Capricorn. You would think being part sea goat, we'd be able to swim those waters. And in a way, we can. Because in order to make good decisions, good planning on the spot, leadership decision making in order to further a project or further an ideal or organize something that could be fortunate in the future, sometimes um, we rely on our own kind of intuition, okay? But the symbolism of Capricorn as the sea goat it begins way before Greek mythology, but since that's the one that everybody's most familiar with, we'll start there. In Greek mythology, Capricorn is the god Pan, the debaucherous goat god that just drank and humped and partied and the life of ease, right? Well, there was a huge war between the primordial gods, that represented the the separation and distribution of the elements in the early beginnings of the universe, um, time and light, and things like that. Those early, huge primordial archetypes. Okay, there was a war between them and the children, the Olympians, which would bring down like the separation of the elements into more earthly things. Like Zeus was a philanderer, and Hera, she was a foreign queen. And I mean, this is all kind of bringing it down more earth. There's still gods, but it's more earthbound gods. And there was a war between the two of who would be the supreme rulers of this changing world. Um, there was a god, Titan, one of the primordial gods, named Typhon, and they sometimes describe him as a big serpent. Sometimes they describe just his body was a serpent, and he had the head of a anthropomorphic human. But there was something serpentine like about Typhon, and he and Zeus were in a battle, and he wrapped himself around Zeus and squeezed and pulled him apart. And his tendons, they called them the sinews, his tendons were thrown asunder, and that he was defeated. And it looked like the Olympians were defeated because Zeus was torn apart. In the fray, Pan jumped into a body of water. Some say it was the Nile, some say it was the Mediterranean Sea, whatever. He jumped in the water to get out of the way of this huge battle. And the part of him that was under the water, he tried to turn himself into a fish, but the part that stayed above the water stayed a goat, and the part that was below the water stayed a fish. So, in order to turn the battle, Pan and Mercury, also called Hermes, concocted a plan, and they, behind Typhon's back, snuck over and stole Zeus's muscles and returned them to him so that he could come back to full power, and that turned the tide of the battle. In gratitude, Zeus put Pan in the heavens as his half goat, half fish form, and that became Capricorn. Um, so it's if we think about it, like how did this man who just loved to drink and philander and have a good old time, just a life of leisure, how did that become a symbol for some steadfast workaholic like Capricorn? And it's exactly the loyalty and the forethought and the planning and the execution of that planning that brings out those qualities of Capricorn. Also, one thing that people really don't understand about Capricorn is that we are workaholics. Yes, we are very grounded, we're very observant, but when the work is done, we are party animals. We are party animals. And some, on a less spiritual aspect of the horny goat, is that, when you get a Capricorn just right, they can be freaky freaks. Get a couple margaritas in them or some vodka in them, and when the workday is done and everybody's taken care of and the bills are paid and they're comfortable and content and happy, they like to get naked. Absolutely. So let's continue. So you've got code on, and then underneath that you've got hermit, the truth. And this is reminding us that there is truth and guidance and wisdom in those symbols in the coding that we can't understand. But it behooves us to study that. Next, you dropped, what should I do? And under that, we've got battle. They came out almost together. So I kept them together. What should I do? And it says battle. It says why though? Why are we battling? It says save what you can if you can. And Capricorn is very since so they're showing me Ferengi from Star Trek, and they said the word acquisition, and one of the main things about Ferengi is their um, laws of acquisition and all those different ways of making money, and that is very attractive to Capricorns, because money buys security. Like, we're not in it to buy um we're not in it to gain wealth, to buy things that are extravagantly unnecessary. To us, we can buy beautiful things and valuable things, but they have to be useful and practical. They have to serve two purposes. And that's kind of the dichotomy of the goat and the fish. Like, one is on earth and one is in the water, but not too much in the water, you know? um that's one thing when I buy something, and it has to be aesthetically pleasing. That's my Libra side. But it has to be practical and useful also. That's my Capricorn side, because when it serves two purposes in one thing, it's valuable, it's efficient, it's yeah. So this is saying save what you can if you can, which means if you have to let it go, let it go. And this actually could be on a 3D level, because I'm kind of going through that right now, where I'm looking around and I'm like, I kind of have a little too much stuff for my space, but I don't want to really get rid of anything because everything's useful at some point. So there could be some kind of inner battle about letting something go that's taking up space, but is it useful? They just said to me, "What is that lady? She was real popular about 5 years ago, and she was an organizer, I think." And she would say, "Does this spark joy?" I don't know what her name was. I never watched her show or anything. I would just see her in memes. That's all I know. Does this spark joy? And that's what we're kind of going through. Um, what to keep and what to let go of, what's still useful and what do we have room for. This also says Face what terrifies you, good versus evil. They're showing me that this has to do with the Piscean depths that Saturn is in right now. Um, Saturn is the taskmaster. He is representative of Uranus, not Uranus, Uranus, and he was one of the primordial titans, and he was the god of the turning of time. Um, to everything turn there is a season, right? And he is the reaper. He harvests what is dead when the time comes. Is extremely time is a symbol that goes through Capricorn very deeply. I know I feel it. It's like there's a ticking behind me on my shoulder. Time is running out. But time's always running out because the clock keeps running. The clock being the heavens, they keep spinning, they keep turning. The wheel always moves. So while we're in the program, a lot of us are feeling pressured to make the best of our time here. Um, Saturn being in Pisces is a restriction on those archetypes, that connection into the connection into the collective unconscious that goes so deep that those symbols will lead us back to source. That's why nobody swims down there. And the creatures that live down there are adapted to be down there. They're not adapted to be on the surface. It's not Cancerian energy that comes to shore with the moon. It's not Scorpio energy that skirts in the lakes and rivers. And it's at the surface. This is deep whale old energy. The next one you dropped was a card for the past, and under that we got energy, which is the force. The force. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, so it's the force. It binds us, connects us, flows through us, and life comes from the force. It connects. Wait, what does it say? Connects everything to source. Yeah, it connects everything back to source. It says raise your vibration, flow, and enthusiasm. So they're showing me the idea of just toss yourself into the water joyfully and go with the flow. Oh, they're actually showing me how we may be afraid to go into those waters, but just like Pan changed form once he was in the water, once we're in it, we will adapt to it, and then we'll remember being there. We'll remember what it's like. We'll adapt, and all that knowledge will come back to us. So I'm actually going to skip over the fairies and go right to the 3D Capricorn. I'm sure you'll appreciate that. No flighty, fancy fairy magic in our reading. Please clarify code. What is this code we're looking for? If it doesn't pan out, I'll go back to the fairies, because the way my decks work is that the first light tarot is the energy of the universe, the divine, and the 5D. This is stuff that we don't control. And then I bring it down a level to the 4D, which is the fairies. But I'll try bringing it down to the 3D, and if it doesn't jive, then I'll go back to the fairies. We get the Fool, or the Hanged Man, but I wasn't ready. No, I mean, it fits. That's Pisces energy. That's where Saturn is right now. So this is going inward, and it's the opposite of Virgo, which is the Hermit right here. So we've got them opposing each other. Not necessarily opposing, like as in clashing, but they're working in tandem here, one next to the other. So this would be, on coding, this is Pisces energy, which again reiterates what I was saying. The symbols of the collective unconscious in the Piscean depths is where we're going to be finding those weird answers that we, possibly are avoiding because we don't want to deal with that. That's not real. That's not 3D. How is that going to help me fix the car? You know, Hermit energy, please. What is the Hermit contemplating while the Hangman is in their meditative state? Please clarify the Hermit. Guide, facts, wisdom, and truth. That didn't pop right. Virgo energy, the Hermit. Please clarify the Hermit. That's too many. Eight of Wands wanted to peek. Please, that's communication. Clarify the Hermit, please. I hate to say it, Capricorn, but with Saturn in Pisces right now, this might just be a lesson on how to tap into our more intuitive side. And like I said, being the sea goat, once we get, we don't have to go so, to the bottom. We don't have to go near the volcanic vents and, where the Titanic is, and the deathly bottom. But once we get in the depths, in the water, we can adapt like we've been there before. So please clarify the Hermit. Oh, that's too many. What is the Hermit considering? The Hermit energy is it is contemplation, but it's contemplation about larger things. Whereas Pisces, the Hanged Man, is contemplating the inner depths. The Hermit will go up on the mountain with his staff and lantern and be a light to guide other people to him because he's got that wisdom. So what are we being guided to, please? What is Capricorn being guided to up on the mountain where the mountain goats live? What is Capricorn being guided to, please? Source, I heard, because the light inside the lantern that the Hermit holds is the light of Source. We've got the King of Cups. This is Saturn in Pisces. Holy shit. I have to pause. So yeah, that blew my mind. I had to take a breather after that. We've got the King of Cups, and you can see right on the card that's Saturn, and the King is Pisces because it's the older sign. So this on the Hermit, yeah, we're trying to gain a bigger maybe some in the collective are starting to research the symbols you see in your dreams. I would say try to keep a dream journal. Try to meditate on it. Don't discount it so quickly. Don't discount dreams so quickly, okay? They have likened our brains to a computer. And way back in the day, when you had the tower computers, the desktops with the big thing that you had to press the button, there were times where it would get really bogged down with programs that you had downloaded or cookies or things in the memory banks that really had no place. They weren't they were just kind of singular files, right? They didn't really tie into anything. And we used to have to do this thing called defragging the computer. And what it did was it released things that it didn't have a place for, and then it arranged everything into files, right? That's what our brain does when we're sleeping. It defrags, and that's what dreams are. Well, that's what part of our dreams are. There is a portion of dreaming where the brain is defragging, and then there's a portion where our soul is in the collective unconscious, and that's where we get the really weird dreams. Defragging, I think, happens closer to when we're about to wake up because I noticed that a lot of times when the dream that I do remember is closest to when I wake up, and that's mostly It was mostly dealing with things that you had seen during the day or heard during the day. Maybe if something is playing on the TV while you're sleeping, and you hear it, and it's kind of like feeding into your brain, and the brain's got to try to figure out where to put that. That's where that is. So that's kind of what we do, especially with Capricorn energy. I think that might be a little bit of Scorpio too. um, our dreams are our brain defragging. The reason I explained all that is we have to figure out which symbols are from our waking life and which symbols are from the collective unconscious, because that's where source speaks to us. That's where we get the symbols for the code, for the programming. Okay. um Now, the King of Cups, he is very restrained in his affections. Um, Sometimes I get Aquarius energy off of this because they're kind of detached. The King is kind of detached. He is like, it's very Capricorn Pisces energy. I'm sorry, what was it? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces? They're showing me a lot of images, and I'm trying to organize my thoughts because they show me images, but they don't always give me words. So let me consider, please. Saturn in Pisces is getting a hold of your deep emotions. That's what it is. And being on the Hermit, Virgo energy, this is very hard for us. However, um, once we're in it, we will find that we're smart enough to decipher it, even though it's daunting and it's intimidating. That is not a deterrent to a Capricorn. Um, because Pan transformed into the goatfish, we are afforded. Um, how did they show this to me? We are afforded safe passage in those waters because we've been there before. And by virtue of Pan's interference in the war, it is a fortuitous um, allowance, I heard. Like, just the idea that it's not our home, but we have visited there. And once we go back, it'll be like, oh, I know this place. I've seen this before. I know what this means. So it's it's tough because those symbols, like I said, they don't often immediately make sense for the waking world, for the 3D, for what we're doing in our work. But I heard it's for your inner development. Okay, and that is just as important as what you're doing in your work, um, in 3D work. That's just as important because Capricorn is very concerned with what we will leave behind, but our spiritual development is what we take with us. So now we're going to go to what should I do? What Capricorn is asking Spirit. What are we supposed to do with this while Saturn is in Pisces, please? What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do for Capricorn, please? What are we supposed to do? Oh, Five of Pentacles. That popped out in the pre-shuffle for one of the other decks. I heard you're supposed to search for sanctuary there. This might have to do with the idea that the Wheel of Fortune has been coming out a lot lately, the Wheel of Fortune with the Portal card. This is a reminder that whether we like it or not, the wheel keeps turning, and because it's the divine wheel, we do not control that. This is a feeling of like a storm is coming or a change is coming. Part of us delving into the subconscious with those symbols is to grant us spiritual armor while the wheel is turning. The Five of Pentacles is a very lonely feeling of being alone and abandoned, without provisions, without hope, without this is a scary energy for for the earth signs, and it's a feeling of lack, and that is tough for us, and I can very much relate to that, a feeling of lack. And when you are starting from nothing with nothing, it's like it feels impossible. So this is a feeling of impossibility. Like, what, I am not equipped for this. I don't have what I need. I'm alone. I don't have any guidance. I don't have any companionship. I don't have a savior. I don't have anything like this. But the thing about the Five of Pentacles is that they're outside of a church, and the church is the lights are shining right down on them. I'm not saying that um, you're supposed to turn back to religion or anything. I know many of us in the collective, the wide collective, not just Capricorn, religion really isn't part of our lives, and that's fine. But we do, especially the ones in the collective that do watch these readings, that we are part of the collective that is actively on our spiritual journey. So we do know that this is in play in our lives. It's just that it's very foreign, but we know that it's necessary. What this is saying, what should I do? I heard, well, I heard abandon the dogma, but find solace in the fact that you're close. I don't know what that might resonate for somebody. The thing is that help is there. And it's I often say it's spiritual help because in the Rider-Waite they're outside of a church, but they're outside of a church because the church provides shelter, food, respite, practical things. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a religious institution. This is just, we feel outside of being provided for. But the other lesson with this card is that you're just outside it. You're not abandoned from it. You're not disconnected from it. You're just outside. They're outside of the structure that will give them hope and um, food, shelter, a place to gather your thoughts. You're there. You're just not in it. And what they're trying to say is that one of the hardest things for us to grasp is that that respite is going to be in finding the meaning of these inner emotions. Please clarify battle. Salvage what you can if you can. If you can. Don't go down with the ship. Okay? Face what terrifies you. What is this? This is the... Oh, no, that's too many. What is the King of... I mean, this is crazy. Please tell us what is the battle here. Oh, Five of Wands. Contention, confusion, bickering, arguing. I heard there's many different opinions, and they're all fighting for um they're all fighting to not to win, but to be heard. To be heard. Also, because Wands is fire energy, it's active, it's active, it's proactive. It's like these are different different opportunities that are fighting for the right to be utilized. Utilized, is that the right word? Utilized, no. The right to be initiated. This is different ideas on fighting for the right to be initiated, meaning, you know, booted up, I guess. Like a program you boot up and then you run that program. These are all different options that are fighting to be heard. That's the battle. There's something within us that there's different, say it again. There's different opportunities, and they're all kind of trying to be considered the right one. Please clarify the past. What is this influence in the past? Excuse me. Oh my God. What is this influence from the past? Or what happened in the past to spark this? A 10 of Cups. Okay. What is energy flow? Raise your vibration. The 7 of Pentacles. Okay. There was something in the past about this happy emotional fulfillment. Some, I believe, are remembering when times were happy with someone. And then energy here, we've got the Force, right? Connects everything to source. Raise your vibration, enthusiasm and flow, and then you have the 7 of Pentacles. This is very, very Capricorn Earth energy. This is looking over what we planted, what we're trying to manifest. We're making sure that, oh, there's that goddamn squirrel again. There's a squirrel in this tree, and this squirrel shows up also in the 4 of Cups. Now, the mythology behind the squirrel that comes to mind to me, there's, I'm sure, many other myths about squirrels. But in this instance, to me, they say squirrels can't be trusted. The squirrel cannot be trusted because in Norse mythology, in the world tree, Yggdrasil, there is a squirrel, Rutatuska, which means chattering of the teeth. And he runs messages back and forth, but he gets them wrong. So he'll take prayers up to the heavens from mortals, but in the something will be wrong in the translation, and that's where the phrase "be careful what you wish for" comes from. But then they'll bring messages down from the gods to humans, and they will not be able to translate it correctly, and that's how we misread signs. This being on the 7 of Pentacles, I feel like it's warning to, of course, tend to what you've planted. And that, you know, Capricorns, we don't have to be told twice. We will nurture it, we will protect it, we will help it grow, we will feed into it. But this is saying, watch out for that fucking squirrel. Because there might be something in the mix that is being mistranslated. Okay? And that's coming down from source. That's on the energy card for source, and it's oh, remember what I said? It goes, he goes up and down the world tree Yggdrasil, but the world tree is not just our world. It links all 9 realms. Okay, and that is an analogy for source because it feeds through all of the planes of existence. So there is something here that we can use in from the divine to translate into this 3D world, but we have to be careful that we're not losing something in the translation. So we're going to go to my next layer for the 3D. Please clarify the hangman on code. This is going inward to try to get the, I heard the, what do you call it? The translation book, like the guidebook, right? You're trying to get the source. I'm trying to describe this. It's like a little booklet that explains all of the symbols, okay? That's what this feels like. We're going inward in order to try to find the codex of the symbolism. Please clarify the hanged man. Please clarify the hanged man on code, puzzle synchronicities, coincidences, and signs. We've got the Queen of Swords, so be discerning, be just with yourself. This is very compatible energy with Capricorn. The Queen of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. I usually give it to Libra, even though the Queen should be Aquarius, or it should be the higher energy. She does have a lot of Libra energy because she has the sword of truth, just like Justice does. So I feel like this is like the filter of what is true, what is useful, what is no nonsense. This is the filter. Please clarify the King of Cups on the Hermit. Saturn in Pisces on Virgo, please clarify. Please clarify the King of Cups on the Hermit. I heard is that part of a song? I keep my visions to myself. Oh, that's from Fleetwood Mac, right? I keep my visions to myself. It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. So listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had. 10 of Cups. And what you lost. And what you had. And what you lost. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. That's interesting because it's storming right now by me. Players only love you when they're playing. King of Cups on the Hermit, please. And women, they will come and they will go. Guess what? It's the 10 of Cups again. So this is slowly turning into lamenting for a lost relationship and how to get it back. 10 of Cups dropped twice. I mean, 5 of Pentacles out in the cold. 5 of Wands, there was contention and arguing. 7 of Pentacles, I heard there was preservation of what you tried to build for yourself with the help of Source. Please clarify the 5 of Pentacles on what should I do. Look for help elsewhere, I heard. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it's turning. It's coming back. Oh, it's coming around again. Coming back around. Not only that, but I heard it's just part of the turning. Loss and gain is part of the turning of the wheel. Please clarify the Five of Wands on battle. Oh yeah, it was a battle. What was this battle though? Or what is it? Is it, I mean, like I said, everyone's on different points in their timeline, so this could have happened already, or this could be another one coming. Maybe you haven't faced it yet, but we do have the Ten of Cups in the past, and we have the Ten of Cups on the Hermit and the King of Cups. It's like what this was in the past is still weighing on our minds. Even though we are now in protection mode, we are in hermit mode, we are figuring out what the fuck did I do wrong emotionally. Like, where did my feelings lead me wrong? Where did my feelings lead me to that Five of Pentacles? Why was I put out in the cold like that? What was this Five of Wands on battle? Please clarify. I might go one more layer since I didn't do the fairies. Please clarify this battle. Was it intellectual? It's wands, so it's not emotion. It's not intellectual. It's not financial. This is a battle of wills. There was a battle of wills. There was contention between egos. Please clarify this Five of Wands on battle. There was a battle of desire. There was people who wanted different things. The Page of Wands. Oh, wait. And the Eight of Wands. That's communication. I'm not going to take that. We'll just keep that in mind. Just communication. Something about a communique. Some information that was relayed. Messages. But this Page of Wands is like a new idea. It's like this little page came in with a brand new I want to say opportunity or idea or a new desire, a new passion. But he comes in the middle of this battle, almost like a peace offering. Like, hey, can we let's not fight. Let's do this new thing. Okay, let's consider this course of action. That's Wands energy. Let's consider this new course of action because it's not tainted by anything from the past. Can we please clarify this Ten of Cups in the past? What happened to this Ten of Cups, please? That's too many. What happened with this Ten of Cups in the past that's leaking into our present with Two of Swords reversed. Usually I don't read reversals. There's not many reversed cards in my decks. So usually the Two of Swords upright is being stuck trying to make a decision, okay? But it's actively trying to make the decision, whereas the Eight of Swords is being bound by too much outside influence, too much gossip, too much misinformation. There's not enough to make a decision. My hands are tied. I can't go forward. That's what the Eight of Swords is. The Two of Swords is just, I'm not taking any more information. I have everything I need, and I'm going to make this decision without any influence. But the Two of Wands, the Two of Swords reversed is not making that. Or maybe it's freeing it up because when it's upright, she still has the swords across her chest and she's still blindfolded, which means she's not receiving any new information. She's not taking anybody else's opinions. She's not taking any more ideas. She's dealing with what she has and she's making this decision. The problem is with the Two of Swords, they both are the truth. So she has to decide which one is the more fortuitous truth. Sometimes that manifests as which truth is easier for us to handle. With the Two of Swords reversed, I believe this is the freeing up of that stagnancy of trying to make that decision, and it is made without anyone else's input. That's what I feel happened on this Ten of Cups. There was a decision made to cut this Ten of Cups by somebody who was not hearing any other point of view. Please clarify the Seven of Pentacles on energy source. Flow. Raise your vibration. So they're saying because there's this feeling of lack of provisions, like there's nothing left to give these pentacles, but we still have this stuff in the works. We still have these things that we have to tend to and that we're hoping will grow. They're saying where you don't find help in the 3D, you have to go back to the source of your energy. Okay, you've got to go back to the flow and raise your vibration, and that has to do with magician energy, for where in the magician and temperance energy I give it, that is actively participating in the manifestation of your intent. Okay, please clarify the Seven of Pentacles. And this is saying in order to do that, you have to tap into those depths within you that you have not gone to in a long time. And it's the Two of Cups. Yeah, because it's bringing you new options in love. I heard some in the collective are hinging a new beginning on a possible love offer. Don't do that. Don't look for the Five of Pentacles within this Two of Cups, okay? It's not the same energy. This is emotional connection to another person, but not for Oh, okay. I heard work with source, and we will manifest what you have worked on yourself about so that you could bring up this Two of Cups. We'll go one more because I feel like this is very incomplete. So we'll pull out Oda-Mae. I don't get the energy of this another person involved yet. I just feel like you're trying to prepare for possibly re-exploring the idea of starting up another Two of Cups. I heard because that's what you were building towards before. And then whatever this decision was that you had nothing, or maybe you made this decision, collective. I don't know which side you're going to resonate with. If you're the one that made the decision to cut this connection, or if you were on the receiving end. I feel like you may have been on the receiving end, some of us, because of this Five of Pentacles. But that also could be what happened even though we made the decision to cut that Ten of Cups. That we, there was fighting and contention, so I mean, maybe nobody won, Please clarify the Queen of Swords for Capricorn. Oh, look at that, the Ace of Cups. So there's something in the works here where there's an option coming forward. Maybe we see it already, and we're just, trying to pass judgment on this. If this connection that's coming, or this possibility, this offer, could be, could grow into something more. Please clarify the Ten of Cups for Capricorn. Ten of Cups on the Hermit, on the King of Cups. So Capricorn, this might be the person that you're dealing with, this King of Cups, Pisces energy. Also Scorpio and Cancer. This is water energy. What else do we have? We've got a lot of earth energy. That's us. We've got more cups. Queen of Swords. That's Libra, Aquarius. Hangman is Pisces. Yeah. Please clarify the Ten of Cups on the Hermit, on the King of Cups. I heard this King of Cups that you're dealing with might be keeping it to himself, that he wants this Ten of Cups. I say he because it's a king, but it could also be a woman. Gender ain't shit but boobs and wieners. When you're dealing with energy, it has nothing to do with the gender. Okay? It is. How do I put this? It has to do with yin and yang energy. There is a designation between the two sides that need to balance. There's dark and light. There's good and bad. There's receptive and active. There's nurturing. There's growth and decay. There's and the things that are growth and active and determined and passionate, that's kind of been put as masculine energy. Like Mars energy, Mercury energy, stuff like that. Mercury, did I get that right? Mars energy, Sun energy, that's all masculine energy. But then the balance to that is receptivity and intuition as opposed to intellect, and um, destruction is the balance of creation, and all those things have been given feminine energy, very moon, hidden, nurturing, intuitive. It has nothing to do with sex. Okay? These energies are the powers of creation, and when they're balanced, that's when life happens, that's when things happen. So a lot of times when people are fighting between you know masculine and feminine energy, what we're supposed to be doing is integrating the two, because then that's the power boost. That's when things really happen. So please clarify the Ten of Cups on there. Okay, I'll take the Sun. The Sun, that's masculine energy. Yeah, on all this feminine, watery, even Virgo is feminine energy, feminine earth energy. The King of Cups, Aquarius, that's, I believe, feminine energy. And then we got the Sun, so that's illumination. That's that's the ego, though. That's also ego. This might be ego getting in the way, or it could just be a wonderful blessing on this Ten of Cups. So if you're holding back, because this is all on Hermit energy, which is very reserved and very contemplative. If you're holding back on this Ten of Cups with a King of Cups because they seem kind of emotionally unavailable, we got the Sun energy on that. I'm not saying he's going to come around, but I'm saying that the emotions are there, they're true, they're lasting, they're loyal, they're wonderful. They just might be a little bit buried, a little bit protected, and that has nothing to do with you, okay? Please clarify the Wheel of Fortune on the Five of Pentacles for Capricorn. I heard, okay, good. The Wheel of Fortune is turning on this Five of Pentacles energy. So you're coming out of this cycle of feeling, of this lack feeling, this abandonment feeling. See, look at that. Two of Swords upright, right next to the Two of Swords reverse. So there was some kind of decision making that you had to do, but you had to do it by yourself. Okay? And look, she's on the shore and the ocean is behind her. But the good thing is that it's calm. It's not a boiling, roiling, angry ocean. This is calmness. This is inner reflection. This is keeping your own counsel. This is trusting your decisions, but this is taking no outside influence from other people. Don't close yourself off to this, because the wheel is turning and it's going to bring you out of that Five of Pentacles. So you can't blindfold yourself to the opportunities that are coming with the turning of the wheel. Please clarify the Page of Wands on this Five of Wands. A lot of fire energy. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's ego. That's drive, ambition. Please clarify this Page of Wands, this new, hey, Can we try this path? Can we try this idea? Can you guys stop fighting for one fucking minute? Please clarify the Page of Wands. I also see, okay, so if you have delicate ears, then plug your ears for a second. Because when I see the Page of Wands in the Rider-Waite, it's this young page and he's got this staff and he's very confident and it's like he's looking up. And what he's looking up at, I feel like it's Romeo and Juliet, where he's looking up at, you know, Juliet in the window and he's like, hey, baby. You know, I was on my way to do something, but I mean, if you want to hang out, I want to hang out. It's like this very passionate, enthusiastic, young opportunity. Please clarify the Page of Wands. On the Five of Wands. So, I mean, if this is something where maybe somebody had a wandering eye for something new, King of Pentacles tried to drop. This might be what you're manifesting, and that becomes that Two of Cups. Please clarify the Page of Wands. Oda-Mae on the Five of Wands. Please clarify the Page of Wands. Please clarify the page. Thank you. Oh, see? Look at that. The Seven of Wands. Yeah. Defense. Defensiveness. I feel like there was some kind of clarity about this Ten of Cups not working, and then the person made a very tough decision that they kind of kept to themselves because, I mean, who are you going to discuss it with, right? Something that's going to leave someone else or themselves out in the cold. And even though the sun is here, this is all kind of regretful energy. Like there was conflict about this. This Seven of Wands is being defensive. Like these Six Wands of Victory are like in the offensive position, and this person's like trying to defend themselves from it. But I mean, why would you defend yourself from victory? You know what I mean? Was it a false victory? Maybe it wasn't like, what did I say before? Be careful what you wish for. Maybe this seemed like the Ten of Cups, but it wasn't. And in order to get away from it, you really had to fight your way out. I mean, Five of Wands, Seven of Wands. This is, oh, see, look at, and then the Ten of Wands dropped. This is the ending of that burden. Please clarify the Two of Swords reversed on the Ten of Cups for Capricorn. Yeah, Eight of Wands, communication. Not only communication, but new action, information about movement. There was a change. There was an opportunity. Not opportunity. I always say opportunity. But ones, they often describe them as the arrows of love, but it's more like physical passion instead of love because that's cups and that's emotional energy. This is more like passion. This is oh, what's that word you almost gave me? Shoot. Impulsiveness. That's what they're telling me. There was impulsiveness here. But yes, this also can be communications, messages of help, messages of opportunity, heads ups. I heard strategy also, messages of strategy. Please clarify the Two of Cups on the Seven of Pentacles for Capricorn. Chariot tried to pop. Please clarify the Death's movement. Two of Cups on the Seven of Pentacles for Capricorn, please. Thank you. High Priestess. Yep. Keeping it to yourself, but definitely filing the receipts. Again, Pisces energy. This really feels like a battle between the inner emotions, desires, dreams, like intuition, like somebody knew there was something wrong here. And and they couldn't explain how they knew, so they kept trying to push that aside, like it's all in my imagination. I don't understand this. Where is this coming from? If I can't identify where this is coming from, then it's false. I'm just going to put it aside. They were ignoring the signs. Oh, okay. I feel like this is the energy of ignoring the signs. But then once everything was really clear, it was a battle. It was contention. It was, I got to get out of here. That's what the Seven of Wands is trying to get out of a situation, but having to fight your way out, you know? A high priestess to me always says she's got the receipts and she's just filing them away for when she needs to use them, because the high priestess knows what she knows. She doesn't have to explain how she knows what she knows. She just knows. Because this Pisces energy taps her back into source. And that's where it fell on the energy card. On reconnecting back to source and going with the flow. There's a deep intuition here about a Two of Cups. I like this. That's being manifested. And you're kind of tending to earthly, so you're tending to your 3D things, you're getting your shit together, you know, you're kind of recuperating from whatever this was that was lost. You're building back up again, defending your position, keeping things to yourself with this Two of Swords blindfolded and the High Priestess. We're gonna get my theme deck so we can get some messages this way. So Capricorn, this was a really hard one because, you know, we're not used to dealing with those deep emotions, and it feels like there's a battle between the two here. And Saturn in Pisces, and we are out here just trying to fucking work and make things happen and keep our heads up and keep the lights on, keep going to school. The kids still need to go to daycare, things like that. Meanwhile, we're being bombarded with this opportunity for a deep emotional connection with somebody that maybe we're still bitter, not bitter, but we're still very protective of our hearts because of the Ten of Cups that didn't work out. We might actually not see the Ten of Cups that is going to work out coming. Please give us some messages for Capricorn for Saturn in Pisces. This is slow-moving energy too. Saturn takes forever. Remember, he's the timekeeper, and he's going to take his sweet time in these depths in Pisces. So that might seem like it's drawing out our torture, but it's also giving us more time to adjust. It gives us more time to grow and heal. It gives us more time to figure out what we're feeling. What was this card? Oh God, what was that card? It says understand what you're feeling. Okay. Okay. A couple more and then that'll be enough. Okay, thank you. All right, we've got some pretty good ones here. Let's see what these are. Oh, see, look, Nine of Diamonds. That's the Nine of Pentacles. It says you're self-made prosperity, boss lady, abundant, and stable and independent. Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. Mercury, messenger, news, communication, commerce, thinking, comrades, and movement. But also trickster energy. He's the god of con men, thieves, and pickpockets. Cunning, unbiased, very neutral energy, mental processes. Mars energy, power, action. Yeah, look, right on the wands here. Competition. Maybe there was competition. Oh, that could be too. There's two sets of, there's two Ten of Cups here. So maybe there was inner competition about two different people, right? We've got, the rose, romance in the air. I'm putting that here by the Two of Cups. Remember you are air. Breathe, focus, decide, observe, think, and cut away. That's that Two of Swords. Plot twist. Oh snap, did not see that coming. That's why there's Two of Cups here. Did not see that second option coming. That's where the contention came in. It's like, stuck between this one in the past and this one that could manifest, but I don't know. It could have happened at the same time. There were two different options, and there was really inner conflict about it. But one of them was an illusion, and I think it was this one in the past, because we got illusion here. Illusion 100, bamboozled. Something was not what it seemed. Okay? That's why it had to come down. And then the best for last is you got 777, divine path. You are right where you should be, and you are serving your divine purpose. All right, that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that helped. I hope it resonated. I hope it made sense. If it did and you'd like to support my channel going and growing, there is donation information in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Until I see you again, take care of each other. Take care of yourself. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.